When we started out at Finalsite, our goal was to design the best web-based software that we possibly could.
Finalsite offered us a web content management system that was incredibly user-friendly for people to post information. So even somebody with the most limited technical experience can actually post stuff on the website. And that was what distinguished the Finalsite program that we purchased from some of the other players in the marketplace, was the usability.
I think getting all of your font consistency there so it's not so jarring for all those Sense8 people out there, yeah, that's important, but it's not urgent. On the other hand, to take what genuinely is important about what you and your school are doing and making it urgent for your alumni, your parents, your students, that's value.
I liked Finalsite because every question we asked, there was an answer. There were even things brought to our attention that we didn't even know about existed in the web world that we could do. And the fact that some of the other vendors hadn't heard of different modules or hadn't heard of different things was a question from the very beginning for me.
Beauty of Finalsite is that everybody that's working with you can honestly give you best of practices and tell you that yes, this can be done, but in all honesty, if it can't be done, they also let you know that. Working in that kind of with a team like that is you know, life-saving, because it's like we need to be honest with each other. There's no promises made, and if there is a promise made, then that means Finalsite will be able to back it up.
They promised that they would be there. The personnel just seems uniformly extremely pleasant to deal with and truly anxious to be helpful. And they know their business. They know what they're doing. If we seem to be going into a wrong direction, we will be advised gently to revise perhaps that approach, and they will suggest 2 or 3 other things to us. And we have learned to value their suggestions.
I think that the simplicity piece of the Finalsite package comes across in their software. I think it's you know, with a little bit of training, it's really very intuitive. It's a very intuitive package to use. As far as the integrity of the company, I have always found them to be very approachable, very honest, and very forthright.
When we started to really narrowing down that cost implementation, that's when we realized that Finalsite was actually the best fit for us. We didn't have to go anywhere. You know, Finalsite gave us the tools to help us take what we have and actually start using their tools much more effectively. Instead of actually going to a completely another software feature set and then training our administrators, our teachers, our students, even our parents, how do you get used to this new website? The transition from the original Finalsite to our new Finalsite, that transition was very successful, and our teachers loved it.
When you make a large purchase like a website with the full content management and all the merchandising that goes along with it, the challenge is you've involved a lot of stakeholders, you've committed money, and you've essentially committed a future for, at least in our case, 36 months. And we were delighted to find out that after the sales contract was signed, that Finalsite's service was actually better than, not that John is a bad thing, but it was, I mean, Finalsite really lived up to its commitment.
We are trying to build integrity in our software. So as our developers build our software better, we want it to be the best it can be. Thinking about usability, thinking about true, real-world solutions for problems that are out there. And we've been doing this for over 7 years. And we hope in the industry that you talk to people that know Finalsite, they will bring up their honesty, their truthfulness, and their desire to do what is right. And that's the framework of building Finalsite. Or better yet, this is how we built Finalsite, around that framework of integrity.